The TIE Fighter is ready for some space blasting action with today's game, Zaxxon's Motherbase 2000 for your Sega 32x. So let's go ahead and take Motherbase 2000. Let's pop it in my 32x and see how it holds up today. Let's go to the game. Zaxxon's Motherbase 2000 was released by Sega in 1995, so apparently this is what they thought the future would look like in 5 years. Even though the game is named after the classic Sega arcade game, and even though it is an isometric shooter just like Zaxxon, it seems that Sega of America added the Zaxxon name to try to sell more copies. In other regions, the Zaxxon name is left out, leading many to believe that this is not really a Zaxxon game. The manual opens with the following. Mission Motherbase 2000. The Hive Confederation was once a peaceful, thriving planetary system comprised of intelligent insectoid races. After 50 years of harmony, the Jinli, one of the most powerful Hive clans, have separated from the Hive and have assembled a central computer capable of massive destruction. Using the computer to coordinate weapons production, the Jinli have overtaken several of the planets and have enslaved many of the Hive insectoid races. The Confederation is facing total extinction. To combat the Jinli invasion, a small rebel force has embarked on one last mission to free the Jinli slave colonies and to destroy the Jinli homeworld central computer. The mission, codenamed Motherbase 2000, must succeed or the Jinli will gain total control of the Hive. The Stinger is the only ship that can penetrate the defense forces of the Jinli central computer. Your piloting expertise and the ability to learn Jinli weaponry will determine the fate of the Hive. No pressure. Zaxxon's Motherbase 2000 is an isometric space shooter for one player only, although it does have an isolated two-player versus mode, where each player has 5 lives and the goal is to be the last player standing. Or flying, I suppose. For the default controls, the D-pad moves your ship, A fires your main weapon, B makes your ship jump, and C fires your secondary weapon. Unlike the arcade classic Zaxxon, outside of jumping you don't change your altitude. The options menu allow you to customize your controls, including being able to change how the D-pad moves your ship on the screen. From the options menu you can also perform a sound and music test, change the difficulty from easy, normal, or hard, and turn on or off auto fire. Zaxxon's Motherbase 2000 plays like you'd expect several shooter levels, usually with a boss at the end. However, the game has a unique hook. By jumping on some friendly or enemy fighters, you can bond with them, gaining a secondary weapon. After being docked for a while, long enough for your ship to say ready, you can actually learn the secondary weapon so that if you jump off, you can still use it until you learn a new secondary power. The one downside is that you can't dock with all the enemies. The manual doesn't mention it, but I've found that if an enemy has a red shape on the top, there's a good chance you can dock with it. When docked, if you get hit, the top of the screen will flash red. This is a warning that if you don't jump off soon, you will explode. So if you are docked, you can take a hit of damage, but not 2. And if you are hit when you're not docked, you lose a life, starting over at an invisible checkpoint on the stage. If you lose all of your lives, the game does afford you several continues to use. Graphically speaking, this is overall a nice looking game with some decent backgrounds and early polygonal characters. I give the game bonus points for having polygonal space sharks. The sound and music are also solid, although nothing really jumped out to me as memorable. Family friendly wise, the game received a kids to adult rating when it was released, which is like getting an E for everyone rating today. Currently at pricecharting.com, the game has a value of $26 loose, $60 complete, and $61 new. So what do I think of Zaxxon's Motherbase 2000? I like the hook of combining with enemies to gain powers, and also the fact that sometimes friendly fighters fought alongside you. But the isometric view and sluggish feel of the ship really gets in the way. I wish the docking was easier and it was clearer who you could dock with. It's a good thing they give you a bunch of continues because the game is tough, but this is mostly due to trying to maneuver in the isometric view, and the fact that you have to go back to a checkpoint if you die. Honestly, if the docking was easier and the viewpoint more traditional and your ship had a little bit more zip, this could have been something special, but as it is, this is not a game I really want to play again in the future. So where am I going to rank Zaxxon's Motherbase 2000? As you can probably guess, pretty low. I will put it over my lowest ranked game on the 32X, BC Racers at 8, but that's about it. So out of the 9 games I've now ranked for the 32X, Zaxxon's Motherbase 2000 is crash landing into the 8th position. Zaxxon's Motherbase 2000 has some interesting ideas, but sadly their execution was lacking. But that's just my opinion. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Also, please like, share, and subscribe. Follow me both on the Facebook and the Twitter. Check out some of my many other videos and sign up at patreon.com/NoSwearGamer, just like LS Gregor did, to support the show and gain access to exclusive perks. Thank you for giving me a little part of your day, and I look forward to seeing you next time on the next episode of the No Swear Gamer. Take care and watch out for polygonal space sharks.